Arsenal doesn't have a 20-goal striker. They don't. Havertz is not that player. You always rely on Saka. That even when Saka burns out, you have no choice to throw him inside.
This is Sports Zone on Lagos Talks 91.3.
Guys, so yeah, just as well your weekends. Then was the weekend of epic sports. Barcelona destroyed Social Wales.
Barcelona Espanyol.
Espanyol. City got beat.
Oh yeah.
Arsenal got beat.
Yeah, but City scored. This would matter when we get in front.
Okay.
Because the same team, Arsenal lost to the same team without scoring.
And that was Newcastle's only winning 5, really.
No, I'm saying that Bournemouth that City lost to. Arsenal lost to that same team too.
Yeah. I mean that City lost, yeah.
And I was disappointed with Chelsea. Chelsea embarrassed me yesterday.
I think in fairness to United, if Ten Hag had been coach, would have lost that game. Because United were low energy. I thought
it was the same thing.
Low energy, low intensity. But somehow or the other, we brought Chelsea down to our level. Do you understand? Our level of mediocrity.
Okay, that's
you understand what I mean?
Yeah,
we brought them down to our. We brought them down to our level. We didn't rise to the level. We brought them to say, like when you say pig and you start abusing a pig, or Dudu wants to,
or you lure a pig to him, or you lure a swan to a mud. Like a pig lures a swan to the mud and say, join us.
Or a better analogy, Dudu Ruben once shared this. He said, if back those days in Benin, people they bar for Shalanga. So as if they bar for Shalanga now, you hang your towel. So as you hang your towel now, madman can't carry your towel, begin wrong. Then you now run, man. You got to check it. So who is the man?
As in Chelsea, for all the games,
so Shalanga Chelsea,
the City Liverpool game that we mentioned here, how well Chelsea played against Man United.
They were
too average. And then I love what United did to Cole Palmer. Palmer looked ordinary.
Palmer they drew anyhow for first half, but second they neutralized him. United could have actually sneaked that game, but So it just shows. At least says, under Ten Hag would have lost and then see West Ham that ended Ten Hag's career. Who thrashed them anyhow yesterday? Somebody thrashed them.
Was it Saturday?
Saturday. Who thrashed them? No, it wasn't Wolves. Wolves played with Crystal Palace. Somebody thrashed 3-0. Thrashed West Ham anyhow. I can't remember how it come to. So yeah, a lovely weekend.
And then it was a great weekend. MPFL wise also.
Yes, El Kanemi is the only unbeaten team left standing.
Yeah. It's the fact
that Ikorodu City won at home.
I told you.
Yeah, good reason. And guess what they beat? The league leaders.
The unbeaten team.
The only other unbeaten team.
Yes.
Amazing. So
I told you. And then Heartland also won away from them.
Oh, that's
I've always just said that, look, wait until 10 games. Was Nottingham Forest.
You said so. Nottingham
Forest.
And Nottingham Forest are third. Nottingham Forest are third and they're looking good. See Chris Woods, they play. See Olaina. Do you see Olaina's goal?
I'm like,
oh boy, Nigerian boys, they bang.
Even Lookman had a great weekend. Like,
he gave some Napoli. Away from 7 points clear.
Yes. Napoli had not lost since the opening day, and this guy just used the started on the bench, and he just went past them like they were not there.
I don't want to hear say Lukman no win African Player of the Year. I don't want to hear. This one no be sentimental. This was completely objective stuff. The boy is jamming. He got to AFCON final. He has a European trophy on where he scored the hat-trick. I don't want to hear.
He's balling.
And I'm told that Musepe listens to our program. Patrick or Patrice, whatever pronunciation of your name. Oh, yourself, You know what wahala.
But remember, this award ceremony is in Morocco.
I don't care what it is. Justice must be done.
Arsenal doesn't have a 20-goal striker. They don't. Havertz is not that player. You always rely on Saka. That even when Saka burns out, you have no choice to throw him inside.
We're going to come to the Nigerian League, of course, which is our priority, especially on Monday morning. But another thing from Newsline, I just want to point out, another person that doesn't have the right mentality is Dirty Bruno Fernandes. I watched that interview and I was disgusted with it. Your apology shouldn't be to a useless, and I pick my words very carefully, to a useless expert.
That's not careful.
No, I'm picking my words very carefully.
No, that's not careful.
A very useless, very average. Okay, no, it's careful.
It's not careful.
No, it's a useless expert.
No, you're not being careful.
No, I'm being careful. It's my word. And
you said careful, but you're not being careful.
No, I'm being very careful. A useless ex-coach who...
That's not careful.
Excuse me, let me finish.
Okay.
Who should have apologized? His first thing, this is the second time of doing it. The other time he got sent off, he was apologizing to his teammates. How about the fans? When Spurs came to disgrace us at all, you don't apologize to the fans. You are apologizing to your useless teammates. You understand? Who are equally as useless as you. Low energy, low intensity, useless players who are overpaid, overhyped, as literally stealing a living. You are apologizing to a coach who has been stealing a living for the last 2.5 years at Old Trafford. Instead of apologizing for the fans. United, up to yesterday, had only scored 8 goals. What was that game? It's the 10th.
Yeah.
That 8 goals in 10 games. Now it's 9 in 10. City has scored 21 goals. Arsenal has scored 17. How bad? I shouldn't say useless.
No, again, so let me respond to you.
Let me finish. Then you are now apologizing to the circle. How about your new coach that is coming? How about the fans that pay good money? I've been to Old Trafford.
Coming Portuguese.
Excuse me.
Countryman.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
I've been to Old Trafford several times.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole day affair to go to the field. You are coming from London.
Mm-hmm.
And you spend good money both on the train ticket and money to buy ticket. At least then, last time I went was 3, 4, 5 years. I can't remember now.
Mm-hmm.
Then the ticket was like 40, 50 pounds. Do you understand? To get in. Do you understand? And then you sit there and watch the drudgery that United players put out. And then you stand there and start apologizing to the ex-manager. Who doesn't know that? Who cares, by the way? Apologize to the fans for the crap that you guys have been serving out for the last 2 seasons, please.
Diego, you always talk about leadership. And leadership...
He's not a leader. He is not a leader.
You had your flaw.
He's not a leader.
You're talking about leadership. And leadership starts from the top, right? And the same thing when Ten Hag left the position. Obviously spoke in his letter, spoke to the fans, spoke to the club. I was very excited about the 2 trophies he won. Leaving a great memory, right? Bruno, who was the captain that Ten Hag appointed, because it was Maguire that Ten Hag met.
Equally useless.
And then they removed Maguire.
Yes, useless.
So normally, if anybody is going to speak for Manchester United about what happened with the last manager, it has to be the captain. And I think that Bruno finally is beginning to grow the fortitude to stand up and say, you know what, as captain, I bear responsibility. Because the truth about Manchester United is, a lot of times, Bruno did not stand out under Ten Hag's reign. Did not stand out, and I'm still standing.
Even yesterday,
I'm waiting for people to tell me how he stood out. Bruno can have 1 or 2 nice flicks, but
Hollywood balls.
The Bruno of Ole and this Bruno of Ten Hag are not the same Bruno. I'm not.
Yes,
so my point is that he knows that he had failed, and he has stood up to say, "Look,
he has failed whom?
He has failed the manager who
put
the trust in him.
He has failed the fans.
Wait, he has failed the manager and the club who put the trust in him to be captain, and he stood up by saying, like we say, to err is human, to forgive is divine. The first thing he did was say, "Look, I erred." Are you saying the manager doesn't deserve any responsibility? No, the manager didn't do anything wrong. The manager kept faith. The manager kept faith with his players.
Sorry?
The manager kept faith with his players, yes.
Oh, very good one. Kept faith with useless players when he could have played somebody else. He kept on playing Bruno and Rashford.
Football is about...
It's about what?
Football is about...
It's about results.
Yes, it's like Arteta. Arteta has bought loads of players.
Yes.
The truth about it is, a few of them have done well. A lot of them have not done well. The team is getting the result. But are you going to... When Arsenal talk about strikers, because I know Arsenal fans will send messages now. Arsenal doesn't have a 20-goal striker. They don't. Havertz is not that player. You always rely on Saka. That even when Saka burns out, you have no choice to throw him inside. Now, one injury, they say Odegaard is injured. Is that the only player that will now... City have lost Rodri and this thing, and they're still winning games.
No, they lost over the weekend.
Good. But last season, they
could only beat Southampton 1-0, scored at the death against Wolves, scored at the death against Arsenal.
Without those 2 players, and they're still getting results.
Well, but did they get the results? So
no, but
your argument is did they get the results over the weekend?
Against Southampton, they got...
Did they get the results against Bournemouth?
Yes, one game.
One game.
It's all the period that they're out.
But they lost.
They lost. For one game.
But they lost.
We won game.
But they lost.
We won game.
But they lost.
So, how's your sample size? They're using 1 as your sample size. That's why City has played at least 5 matches without this guy.
One is a start.
No,
it's the beginning of a trend.
A scientific...
It's the beginning. When does it... City scored in 5 minutes against Southampton. I could not add another goal. Now they lost.
They don't need that.
But they lost against Bournemouth. Did they or did not lose?
They did. No, but what you are doing...
Did they or did not lose against Bournemouth?
So before Bournemouth, how many games have they lost?
They lost against Bournemouth.
Before going, how many games
did they lose against Bournemouth or not?
Before Bournemouth, how many games? Did they lose against
Bournemouth? Is my starting point.
So I agree with you. I'm asking you now, before Bournemouth, how many games have they lost?
So since we agree with
you, no, you don't want to move from my own point.
Because Bournemouth is
I have agreed. No, I've agreed with you that if you're counting
so what are we arguing about?
Sample size of 6 games. You lost
The
one.
sample size is 1. They lost against
one.
But that's not, they lost against Bournemouth. We can do, I've dealt with your daddy, and I can do this all day with him. So you are just starting. We will spend 30 minutes on this, and no go ever agree.
But I still think that Bruno did the right
dirty.
thing. No, I agree that Bruno is dirty.
He's very dirty.
But as a captain, he stood up to say, look.
Bruno is no captain. He's
no captain? Who won Man United's captain?
It's just
I don't even remember Nistelrooy being Man United's captain. Nistelrooy was never Man United's captain.
But this was scoring.
Bruno is the captain.
He's for what? He's a bad captain. Bruno is a bad captain amongst the bad bunch of
players. Under his stems.
And I love the way we, and both of us agree, I love the way we analyze the Man U Chelsea game. Because when I saw starting, I wouldn't lie, when I saw Chelsea's lineup, Caicedo, Lavia in midfield, Rhys James, Gusto, and then even Jackson, 14 goal attempts or goal contribution in 40 games, and all. The latest Super Kopama who just flamed out. I said, these guys go show United pepper today, but as I said, when you are playing with people who are mediocre, they eventually bring you down to inexorably.
No, you're not. You and I are not being nice. United played a good game yesterday.
They played a good game of what?
Yeah, Chelsea could. All those players you mentioned.
Chelsea, yes, it was a point game for United because they reduced.
Last season, this same result. United lost it in added time.
Yes, they did. That's what I'm saying. They drew Chelsea. I'm happy as a United fan because if
Ten
Hag had been there, would have lost this game.
Because if I remember clearly,
if Ten Hag had been there, would have lost.
If I remember clearly, I don't think Arsenal has beaten any of the top teams this season. I stand to be corrected. Arsenal not beaten any of the top teams they face this season.
How many top teams have they faced?
They faced City. They faced Liverpool.
Have they not played Villa?
They played Newcastle.
Has Arsenal played Villa this season?
Arsenal has played Villa. I think Arsenal won that game. Yeah, Arsenal won.
So why you?
I said I stand to be corrected. I said I stand to be corrected.
I'm correct.
So Villa is not a top team. Spurs that beat Villa. So Villa is not a top team. The same Spurs that beat Villa.
Yes.
It's not a top team.
Villa
is a top team.
Anybody can lose. The Bournemouth not beat Man City.
They did not beat Arsenal.
Sorry?
They did not beat Arsenal.
Yeah, of course. Deservedly so. Anthony Realo is a very good coach.
Oh, yes, he is.
They smashed us at Old Trafford last year. At Old Trafford, though. Not in Bournemouth.
They always smash you.
Under Ten Hag, anybody smashes us.
No, even under Ole, you were smashed. Liverpool always smash people under this thing. Liverpool. People were customers.
You see, you're always changing the goal.
No, you pick the one that you like. I just pick the one that I like. But it's all good.
It's all good. And then kudos to Liverpool for all the Liverpool fans. Remy, if you're listening, unlike you, I give credit where credit is due. Liverpool played very well, but Brighton should have been. What's that word? Over
very well. Liverpool played better in the second half.
No, they did. But Brighton should have been ahead.
Yeah,
Brighton should have been 3-0 up in the first half. And that's football. Goals change games. And that Mohamed Salah.
Players change games.
The moment Mohamed Salah put that ball on his left. Oh my God.
I cannot blame Estupinian because once the counter started, he did not realize Salah was behind him running. And then when Salah got the ball and then he realized that one move just took him out of the game.
It took him off.
But then Darwin Núñez, credit to Darwin Núñez for the first goal because of his movement. Verbruggen didn't even see that ball or didn't even know what to do.
What's that keeper? Van Bruggen, yeah?
Yeah.
Fantastic keeper. They pulled off save upon save.
United buying too. Bamidele goes, good morning, Mr. Agbede. Thank you for your comment on Bruno. If I am the new coach, I will send Bruno away from Manchester United. Bamidele. My honorable friend has eaten the humble pie by giving Max his well-deserved medals. Lando na boy compared to Max anytime, any day, Joe. I'm patiently waiting for next season when Lewis in a Ferrari will open yet another vista of interesting and intriguing competition amongst the drivers in F1. My name is Bayo Dosi, Shege's friend.
B Dosi. If I told you about a story.
What calls you Betty?
Yeah, and my Bayo is my
That's the new name, Betty.
Yes, my friend. Only people that are 40 years older you call me that name. So yes,
so you're trying to remove me from that.
Yes, how you are Gen Z now?
No,
if any Gen Z comes with that, I knock this bell on his head. Bayo, you should have added to that. If not for me, you still be in St. Petersburg, but no while.
This is a man who understands what Max has done. I like the fact that Hamilton is moving to Ferrari next season. That's a good competition, right? You need to have these new drivers. They're too lily bad. They don't know.
Back
in the days of the Schumachers then, those guys were mad.
No,
I thought about that. Only Max can probably survive in that era. These guys can't survive in that era. Lewis, Lewis, maybe
Prime
Lewis.
Lewis.
Not
Lewis.
Prime. Which was Prime Lewis?
Prime
Which
Lewis.
one? McLaurin's Lewis or Rosberg?
Even Mercedes Lewis.
Mercedes Lewis, yes. I don't think McLaurin's Lewis would have survived in that prime period. Where those guys were crazy, they want to jam each other off the road.
Lewis is a driver. Lewis has
I agree. He drive.
Lewis, he do it for Max. Max said bow for Lewis now.
I'm agreeing. I'm saying that until that Rosberg brought out the Lewis we want to see, not the McLaurin Lewis that are just driving and smiling. Bournemouth beating Arsenal and City in a space of 2 weeks is just crazy. As for Manchester United, not too helpful, but we wait. Another funny thing about Man United is, had it been United beat West Ham, Ten Hag will still have a job. Bruno and the rest should do less talk and more improve performance.
Who sent that message?
Khadija from Maryland.
Khadija, God bless you. To be honest with you, hold on. Tell me. I mean, you know, you're right. I mean, I think what Bruno said, I think it was hypocritical. Why you apologizing? We all know now that you've been dirty now. Well, how many games have you played that you just scored your first game in the Premier League? Penalty for that matter. What have you been doing?
Creating.
Creating what?
Chances.
I beg.
This one, Stephen from Victoria goes, good morning, Uncle Segun. Calm down. I think Bruno's apology is genuine as a human being. If anyone thinks it's inappropriate, it's a matter of opinion. For me, for Femi, Ten Hag's tactics doesn't allow for goals. He is to blame 100%. Eddie Howe's tactics have allowed Isak flourish. That's simple.
Hold on a sec. Sorry about that. Isak and Højlund, you can't compare it. But you see, United on that side, we don't have striker.
And besides that, Isak is even comparing. Isak has gone to places and failed.
Do you understand?
Isak went to Dortmund and failed.
Yeah, but he's still a goal scorer. Do you understand?
He just became a goal scorer.
Højlund was upset that Zexi, to be honest.
But do you need him to be present? When the decision that mattered the most for United, he got it. That's all you need a striker. Even Pep says he doesn't care if Haaland doesn't touch the ball to 5 times. But when he touched that ball,
that was the only time he touched the ball in the penalty box.
It doesn't matter. And what happened? It doesn't matter. If United had won that game 1-0, are you and I going to be saying he touched the ball one time? He goes, Uncle Segun, I appreciate all the players in the NPFL. Despite their low income, they still make the league competitive. I love what Ademola Lookman did to Conte's team for his hatred for Victor Osimhen. Apples and oranges. I've seen these messages too many times. Look, you can't, whether Conte gave his reason why he let Osimhen go. Because Osimhen had already said he wanted to leave. Why are you blaming the man?
I don't think you should blame the man.
Why are you blaming him?
I don't think.
And besides, it's life. Change is the only constant thing. If Osimhen doesn't want to, because Osimhen too said he did not want to be there, even before Conte was appointed.
For Napoli.
So the minute Conte came, Conte said people that don't want to be, even Zielinski, pushed all of them to one side. But you guys are busy screaming Osimhen matter. Osimhen has moved on.
So he's moved on now. He's scoring Galatasaray. Yes. So.
And then this thing he mentioned about low income. Not all of them collect low income.
Well, let's put it this way. They could be better paid.
I agree.
Let's just put it that way.
Jordan Yusuf girls, thankful to hear your voices this morning. Good one for Max Verstappen yesterday. I don't think anyone has ever pulled off what he did from 17th position to P1. In that crazy condition as well, the way he was overtaking without DRS, while others struggle to do the same thing, shows how incredibly talented the man is. It will take a miracle for London to match.
This is done. It's done. This season is gone. Yesterday was the day. Sao Paulo was a race.
People are putting out stories about why Musa cannot play for Nigeria at Chan.
Why?
So they go that he has a short-term contract with Kano Pillars.
Yes.
And we all agree. But from now to January.
But if he extends.
Exactly.
That's it.
From now to January. In January, he can sign a deal that keeps him permanently there until the end of the season.
Of course, if he signs, of course, if he leaves, he's no longer eligible. But if he stays, that'll make a wonderful story. But seeing Musa leading out the team at because obviously the club
contract participate. So I've seen it. Thank you very much. Yunan, thank you for your message. Olamide Oluwadamilare from Victoria Island, thank you very much for your message. I've seen it too concerning that. Because what's funny is that it's Nigeria. Permanent contract can appear from nowhere.
It depends on what he wants. Yeah. If he wants to continue with that. But Rabi Ali though, man. Rabi Ali, I'm in awe of the guy. In awe.
And then from Lekki, all of you, thank you very much for your message. We've seen it. Thank you.
What are they talking about?
The Ahmed Musa situation.
Okay.
And the tournament doesn't start until February next year.
Next year.
So from now to February, they're playing qualifiers. If by next year, CAF decides that, okay, submit your list.
And he can compete to the qualifiers now. The qualifiers are still this year.
Yes.
And he can compete because he's still
Yes.
domiciled in
Yes.
Nigeria now.
So it's the tournament proper that you need all those.
He will need to have made up his mind. Who knows? Maybe if he plays and enjoys the experience, and because we still have to qualify, we have to beat Aldous Ghana first. Dirty Ghana.
McCandy from Ikoyi goes, Arsenal's loss to Bournemouth could be any team, 10 against 11, coupled with the fact that English referees have made up their minds to derail Arsenal ambition. Let's learn to call spade by team.
I beg. Go sit down. I mean, those Arsenal fans have calmed down now.
They always have one excuse. Maybe 11, 12 when I start. Why are you now making it seem like who's saying to you? Promise from Jack on it goes, Ahmed Musa is not late. Okay, thank you very much. We've seen that one out. Adiola Rotimi Silva, thank you very much for your message. Also greeting the whole team. This Obino goes, kudos to Bournemouth. They are the biggest winners this weekend because it takes extraordinary performance to beat the almighty city of Pep. I agree.
In fact, I don't know which achievement is bigger. Bournemouth beating Man City or Kodu City beating Rivers United. I think they're in the same level. And even Aqua United being Quara.
No, Kodu City is bigger.
Yeah.
Because NNL team.
Yeah, Kodu City was newly promoted. Struggling.
To a team that was last season
on the scale of
Bournemouth has a manager who has been there before. They're not really
and they already have Arsenal caps under their belts. Yeah, so yeah. Ikodu City is bigger if you look at its scale.
Wale from Ikeja goes, please, what's the difference between manager and head coach in relation to Man United? Also, I read a report of Man United could be going for Amorim because they made inside reports about ex-City CEO Omar Berrada that City were eyeing him as a possible Guardiola replacement. My question is it right, legal, using inside knowledge? I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
And besides, then there's also the sporting director of Sporting this was now the director of football at City. Yeah. So that was another connection.
Yeah.
So, but basically, Amorim wanted to come at the end of the year because he had committed this season to his players, convinced them not to leave the club, be loyal and drop some of the but United gave him 3 days to wake up. So it's like literally now or never. Difference between manager and head coach. Amorim does not have a veto over transfers, which Ten Hag had, although you have a say in it, but he cannot say, I don't want this one. Obviously, you have to work with him. And the head coach is not going to concern himself with transfers at all. He's going to concentrate purely on coaching footballers.
And training.
And you can't convince me that the players that Sporting have are better than United players. Do you understand?
Not necessarily.
I get what you mean, but I mean, if we're looking at it,
not necessarily.
Maybe they are better the way they apply themselves.
Yes, maybe profile.
Profile was United. Yeah. So, if he can come to United and then take an Anthony, for instance, who the whole world has written up, and turn him into a wing back. Like I like what this Roy did yesterday, taking off what's his name now? The Uruguayan. Ugarte. Yeah.
It was on the yellow already.
It was on the yellow already. And bringing on Lindelof to play in midfield. I like that. Ten Hag would never do that.
No, but Ten Hag did it for Mazraoui. You guys complained.
Playing at 10, that was insane.
Mazraoui has proven this season he's arguably one of United's best players.
Yes, but playing at 10 when you had Ahmed on the bench, Ahmad. Why would you play? That's insane, and that's why he deserves to be sacked. Insane ideas like that. That's insane. But playing a defender as a defensive midfielder, that makes sense to me. Because it's more rocket science now.
Anything you say bad about the Hag, I would not agree.
I even think that Lindelof, to be honest with you, Lindelof is not too bad on the ball.
Lindelof is slow.
He's slow, to be honest with you, he's slow. But a good footballer can read the game.
Chelsea should have just finished there.
But in fairness, but we entered the game stronger than United ended stronger. But as I said, we covered, we shalangared them. You understand?
Emmanuel Omole from Ajuma goes, good morning, Sports Zone. I fault the position of Okushego on the apology to Ten Hag because leadership is everything about taking responsibility. However, he should have extended it to the fans who had been more annoyed by their dirty performance. I agree that Ahmed Musa should be invited as a leader who can conjure up results. Demola Lookman has been very impressive. I was so elated seeing him destroy Napoli. I think the question we should be asking Kano players is why not just give Ahmed Musa a full-time contract instead of us bringing out the rules.
Does he want one? That's the question. Don't you think? I think Ahmed Musa can dictate what he wants.
So why I agree with you. This is the opportunity where journalists will put it to the club. Put pressure. Let's see what comes out from it. Because you never can tell. If you don't knock on the door, you will not know if you don't.
Because I'm thinking, Ahmed Musa's thinking, let me not sit at home and put on weight. Let me play football and give something back to, do you understand? Keep myself in good physical condition. And then come January, look for another club in Europe. But who knows? Maybe the champ, maybe people will talk to him. Maybe Cerezo can give me a call. Oga, my guy, we might not call you up for the Super Eagles squad, but we're looking at you for Chan, make you captain, and all that. We'll have the young boys are inviting. You're going to be like a father figure to them, benefit them, and you go play. You understand? Your experience will be invaluable.
If you want to be a part of us, first off, follow us across all social media pages at Lagos Talks 913 is our handle. And of course, kindly like, share, subscribe, and make sure you're part of the Lagos Talks family.